Hey, this is Jorge Garcia, and you're listening to the official Lost Podcast, hosted by ABC.com.
Welcome to the summer edition of the official Lost Podcast, hosted by ABC.com. Today we're bringing you a special laid-back summer kind of interview with Jorge Garcia, a.k.a. Hugo Reyes, a.k.a. Hurley. Sometimes during our podcasting season, an interview falls through the cracks for a number of reasons, and though they may have been forestalled, they're not forgotten. After all, that's what the summer's for. And speaking of the summer, don't forget that this is a perfect chance to refresh yourself on Season 2 of Lost. This Wednesday, July 5th, we'll be airing the episode Collision. And on a final note, the podcast will be traveling down to Comic-Con in late July. As many of you know, Lost will be paneling there for the third year in a row, and we'll be on hand to capture some of the madness. Look for a special video podcast of that event later this summer. In the most recent Hurley-centric episode, Dave, we learned what caused Hurley's mental breakdown, and we met his special imaginary friend, Dave, played by former Sex and the City actor Evan Handler.
I don't want to kill myself.
Who said anything about killing yourself, man? This is gonna bring you back to life. The only way for you to bust out is to tell your mind that you don't believe any of this.
So, if all this will be gone, I'll just wake up?
That's right.
Evan was awesome. And finding out that he's written like 2 books and stuff like that on top of everything. Yeah, we had a lot of fun working together and hanging out like on top of that cliff and stuff. You know what's tough was there was a scene we were doing, and and I kind of accidentally fell asleep on him when he was doing his coverage. I mean, this is late in shooting my episode, so, you know, I'm pretty exhausted at this point, and I'm sitting there, and he could see me, I don't know, just suddenly I found myself starting to fade away. And then I'd come back, do my line, and fade away again, and he saw it happening. And I, had a little emergency or something to pick me up again.
There's no doubt that working on Lost can be trying at times, especially when super secret scenes arrive at the last moment, like they did with the big twist in Hurley's episode.
It is always fun, though, when you get, like, it'll be like a scene. There'll be a scene on the schedule that's not on the script. Or you'll see something, scene to be written. Like, you'll get it on the day.
Wow.
Which is always like, really? Because I hope I don't have to talk a lot in that.
Of course, much like a visit to the doctor's office, being on set can be a lot of hurry up and wait. In other words, there can be quite a bit of downtime on the set, during which time the cast gets pretty creative with ways to amuse themselves.
Sometimes you'll get a scene in the morning, and then there'll be 2 scenes between your next scene sometimes. Like, you might have, a day scene, and then a scene that's, dusk, or a night scene, and there's other stuff to shoot in between, and then, in fact, sometimes people will, leave and come back even, go to, Haleiwa or something like that, because, we're right up there on North Shore sometimes, and... But you bring a lot of pocket video games and books, and Cynthia's into Sudoku. Dom's hooked me onto Scrabble now.
Oh, okay.
And I got this little pocket palm version of Scrabble. It's pretty sweet. I was working a lot with Cynthia on my episode, and there was one day when she was very big on taking clothespins and clipping them onto people's T-shirts and shorts while they were completely oblivious to it going on. But there were some people who would kind of tell early. They'd be like, "Hey, you got something," and it's more better for them. You want them to sit down and feel it or something like that. But that was kind of the big thing, was clothespinning people.
Luckily, the subtle art of clothespinning hasn't swept the globe, but the phenomena of Lost has. And while some cast members prefer to disguise themselves in public, Jorge has a different opinion.
We were at a store in New York, and it was a little extra frenzied. that it was almost like, how come this person said, you don't even try to, like, disguise yourself or anything. And I was like, I can't try to disguise myself because, one, it's not going to work.
Right.
And two, they'll know you tried to make that effort on top of it not working. And I was like, oh, don't be crazy.
That concludes this special edition of the Official Lost podcast, brought to you by ABC.com. In a couple of weeks, we'll be bringing you another Lost interview, this time with Michelle Rodriguez. Also, if you're in San Diego for Comic-Con, look out for our crew. We'll be gathering fan theories and questions. Yours may just end up on our special video podcast. And don't forget the summer repeats of Lost Season 2. Collision airs this Wednesday, July 5th, only on ABC.